So tonight I wanted to do something a little bit different, and there are 19 of us on. Oops. Anna, you are sharing your screen with us. Okay, so there are 19 of us on, and I want just us to just talk tonight. I want us each to kind of share where we live right now, why we joined the business, how long we've been in for, what we're excited about. If we have any questions, comments, concerns, like I just want to give everyone a chance to just kind of introduce themselves and share their stories, because what is so cool is as I'm looking at all of these people that are on the screen, you guys, we are all over the United States. Like we have all the way from East Coast to West Coast. And all of us are in different phases of our lives. Some of us have kids, some of us don't have kids, some of us work a full-time job, some of us are stay-at-home moms. We just are a variety of people. And I think that we can learn so much from each other. And so I don't want to like call you out and be like, hey, you go, you go, you go, you go. But I'd like everyone to get to share. And so if there's 19 of us on, you know, if we all take like 2 or 3 minutes and just kind of share our story. And if someone's story like you can relate to, then jot down their name and send them a message on Facebook and see if you guys can't connect and work through whatever issues you have or lean on each other for what someone else has been through. So I'll go first, you guys. I live in Rock Springs, Wyoming, and on December 31st, it is my 4-year anniversary with this company. I was a customer first. I started in September of 2014, and I tried the ThermoFi. It worked. It was cool, whatever. I did the 3-month trial, and then I was done. And then my friend asked me if I'd want to do this business. And at the time, I was a high school math teacher. I was a soccer coach. Derek had a great job. We didn't really need the money. And I was just like, no, like I'm really busy. I don't have time for that. And I would never do something like that. Well, because she asked me, I literally could not get it out of my head after she asked me, because then I started looking at her posts differently. And I was like, oh, maybe I could do that. Well, she's having a lot of fun. Well, she gets to be home with her kid and just post pictures on Facebook. And I hate that about her. Like, that's not even fair. And here I am working so hard and I'm so tired all of the time and I don't love my job anymore. And so on December 31st, I was sitting at my mother-in-law's house on New Year's Eve at 10 o'clock at night. I remember I just went in, logged in, signed up. I was like, I'm going to start the year 2015 owning my own business. Now, on the 1st of January of 2015, they announced anyone that goes Ruby gets a $500 bonus. They also announced anyone who got 4 customers got a $100 shopping spree. And you guys, I missed that by 1 hour. 1 hour. I missed all of those promotions because I signed up on December 31st instead of January 1st. But you know what? It didn't stop me. Like, I still hit Ruby in 2 months. I got Derek Ruby in his 2 months and earned him his bonus. And it's just blessed my life ever since. And it's not about the money for me. It's about the people that I get to help and just how it makes me feel. Like, I have something for myself that's completely mine and whatever I want to make it. And I get to go to work every day doing something that I love. And so I'm so grateful that my friend asked me, because if she would have never asked, I would have never thought it was for me. And I'm grateful just for the friendships and people that I've met along the way. So that's my story. Now I just get to be a stay-at-home mom and work when I want to. So if someone else, Mandy, you want to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I've actually followed Tamika's journey since she started. It was in a different business. I met her at a vendor event probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I've seen her grow through her entire business, and it was never for me. I was actually in a different business, and I was babysitting for Crystal last year, and she started her business, and I watched her while I was on my honeymoon start her business. And when I came back, she invited me to her launch party. And I told her, sure, I would come because friends support friends. And I told her, don't expect me to buy anything because I'm not going to. I'm just going to be a warm body in a chair. And that's what I was until they brought out Estro Rhythm. And I sat there and listened to everything that it could do. And for 3 nights, I laid here having hot flashes and waking up 50 times in the middle of the night. And I thought, oh, that really could work. And so I actually signed up as a customer. I did my 3 months. I absolutely loved Estro Rhythm. And then one day I messaged her and I said, so I think I might join you. And she seriously messaged me back and said, you're serious? Like, my team? Or what are you talking about? And I said, yeah, your team. She goes, I never thought I would hear that from you. And she messaged Tamika and they're like, we never thought you would join our team. And so I did. And I went Ruby in 21 days. I went Emerald in 3 months. And honestly, like, it was never about the money. The reason that I actually joined the team isn't just because I loved estrogen. I was really jealous of their double dates. Like, I sat here and watched Crystal go from being this really grumpy, bitter person to going out and doing things, to having friends. And I wanted that because I honestly sat in my house and talked to toddlers and to kids. And I wanted a friend. I wanted to be able to go and do things. And I didn't know how to do that. So I thought, well, if she can get friends from the business and go do things, why can't I? And I did. I developed so many friendships in this business that's why I keep doing it. Sure, the money's nice and the products are amazing. Like, I never had this hair before and it just keeps growing. My mom told me today how jealous she was of my hair. I told her just take her collagen and she could have hair too. But like, I am a stay-at-home mom with 4 kids, and I have 2 special needs daughters. One has special medical needs, and one is autistic. And I do daycare, and I literally like spend so much time talking to kids that it's nice to be able to have adults to talk to every once in a while. And that is what this business has provided for me. Like, I have adults that I can talk to. I have friends that I can talk to, and that is amazing for me. And I get to interact with so many people, and I get to go on road trips. That's pretty cool. Like, I've gone to Idaho and I get to go to Idaho again and I get to go to Florida and I don't have to worry about it. So like, that is super awesome for me. And it's developed me as a person. Like, I grow every day as a person and my kids grow too.
Thanks, Mandy. Who wants to go next? You guys can just unmute yourself.
Okay, I was gonna wait and see if anybody else was gonna go. Um, I am Sarah. I live in Richmond, Virginia, and I have lived here my whole life. I live about like 10 minutes away from where I grew up, and I am married, and I met my husband on a mission trip a long time ago, and then we reconnected a few years ago, and I joined this business because right before our wedding, I had bought my wedding dress and gained a bunch of weight and got up to the heaviest that I've ever been. And one of my friends that I worked with was like, hey, try this wrap, do this. She had given me a green sample and I just like threw it in my purse and didn't do anything with it. And so like the week of the wedding, I was like, I need to do something or I'm not going to fit in my wedding dress. And so she had given me 2 wraps over the course of working with her. And I did the 2 wraps that week and my wedding dress fit and like barely fit. Luckily it was the corset, so it tied up in the back, but it wouldn't have if I didn't do the 2 wraps. And after that I tried Thermophyte and fell in love with that, lost some weight using Thermophyte, and I tried defining gel and just tried different products as a customer, and saw her posting on her page about paying her bills and like having extra money to do stuff after paying her bills. And at the time my husband and I had both been recovering from him losing his job, me losing my job, and so I was looking at her paying her bills and like I would like to pay my bills too. So I joined with her, and it took me a while to sort of get serious. I joined in April of 2017, and I let myself get in the way for a long time. I have anxiety, and I let that hold me back for a long time from doing a lot of things in life, not just my business, but a lot of aspects of my life. And I was just feeling like completely desperate one day. And I messaged Tamika, and she had posted, I don't even remember what the post was, but it's always positive and happy and cheerful and motivating. And it was something like that. And I messaged her and was like, how do you just stay positive and motivating all the time? And her answer just like totally changed my outlook on everything. And it was, basically that no one else is going to work this business for me, and I can't just sit here and not do anything because I feel fat that day or whatever the reason is. And I got serious and changed my whole outlook on everything and started doing personal development. And I don't even remember when I got serious, but I went Ruby in like 2 or 3 months after, staying consistent and being committed to my business. And tomorrow is my last day at my full-time job. I used one of my fast start bonuses to get an LLC, to start anxiety coaching, which I'm doing now also. And so I will be working from home from now on, which is why I joined in the first place, other than to pay bills, because stay-at-home mom thing when we have kids. So just my little shout out and biggest thing that I can say is to stay consistent and don't give up when it feels discouraging, because the people that you think are telling you no now are going to be the people that are going to join your team in a few months, because they're watching you grow and watching what you're doing.
I love that. Thank you, Sarah. Who wants to go next, you guys? I'm loving this.
Hey guys, my name is Christina. I joined through Sarah, who just talked. I work a full-time job. I'm in school full-time as well. I commute to work, and I have a little one as he runs away from the camera. Right now for me, things are really hard, but I signed because I want to try something different, something other than just working an 8 to 5 and spending 3 hours a day in a car, sometimes more with traffic. And also, I wanted to be able to stay home with my son and watch him grow. He is my miracle child. I was never supposed to have kids, but he came along. So just long story short, I'm just trying to live better than struggle. I'm sorry, I keep looking away. He keeps running away, so I have to watch him. But I joined because of Sarah. I watched what she was doing. I'm still new to this, so it's been hard for me because no one that I try to contact wants to really be serious about trying the products and things like that, because everyone wants to try something free. So it's been hard for me, very discouraging. I talked with Tanisha, I think that's her name. I always get it wrong, but she helps me a lot too. So, but other than that, I started because of them. I'm trying to make this thing work. Please give me any help, advice that you guys can give me. I'm just getting home now and I have to leave out in about 20 minutes to go pick up my boyfriend from work. So my days are long, so I get frustrated because I'm literally up at 4 and not home until 8 at night, and then still having to do everything else. So please just give me encouraging words and help me if y'all can. Give me tips or whatever you can. Send me people I don't know. Just help me out a little bit if y'all can.
I love it. Thank you for sharing. And it is hard when you first start, because you really have to build that trust. You have to build that consistency. You have to build those habits, and learning how to work your business in 5-10 minute increments, I think will be really good for you since you're on the go, like those times where you're waiting in the car to pick somebody up, or in between classes waiting for them to start. So if we can get you those kinds of things, then hopefully it won't feel like you have to sit down and work for a couple hours when you don't have that time. We can make it work. So thank you for sharing and being vulnerable with us. And hopefully if there's time at the end, we'll share some tips. Who wants to go next?
I will. I am Kelly Jo Campbell Dickman, and can you guys hear me? Okay. I just got home from my crazy day, so I totally understand busy. But I currently live in Rush City, Minnesota. I first tried my first route 10 years ago, and it was terrible. But really, I was terrible. I ate some Maverick nachos and drank a 72-ounce Mountain Dew while I was rapping, and the lady told me that it would make me not fat anymore. And I was like, what? I'm still a whale. Like, what are you talking about? So I obviously used it completely wrong. But fast forward a few years later, so I guess it was about 4 years ago, right after Tamika started, I had this brilliant plan that I was going to lose 80 pounds in 3 months, and I was going to sign up for 3 different companies to try their products, and It Works with Tamika was one of them. So I signed up as a customer, got the products, took 2 hair, skin, and nails pills, smelled the stretch mark cream and didn't even open the thermophyte. And I was like, yep, still doesn't work. Got my next 2 shipments, sold it for retail price on like a classified site. And then Tamika asked me after my 3 months was up if I wanted to do the business. And I was like, I've done 5 other businesses, lost my butt in money, gained like an extra 80 pounds on all these products from all these companies that were supposed to work. No. And she kept asking, and then she would ask me, and then she would make a post that was meant for me. And finally I was like, I'm going to sign up to shut this girl up, because I cannot unfriend her. And she like had worked for my mom. My mom got hired Tamika for her first teaching job. So I couldn't unfriend her. And I was like, I legit can't, like, no. So I kept telling her no, but then finally I was like, okay, just to shut her up, I'm going to sign up. So I sold stuff around my house because I did not have the $99, single mom. And I signed up. And I literally signed up to shut her up and show her how bad I sucked at it. Well, then I hosted my first party online. I got my first 4 customers. I went Ruby in 2 months. And then within 5 months, I had double promoted to Ruby, from Ruby to Diamond, and earned $22,500 worth of bonuses. I went from literally living on credit cards and having no money, no time, no energy, being suicidal, like terrible, awful things, to completely changing my life. And I've been in for 3 years now. And the past 3 years have definitely been a roller coaster ride. Like, it hasn't always been up, but I am so thankful and so blessed. And I think about, like, today, I might even cry when I say this. Today, I watched this girl that has been struggling for so long, and I've talked to her about the business and signing up as a customer and everything. And I've said, like, you should sign up with us. And today she just posted, Christmas sucks when you have kids at no money. And I said, I was where you are 3 years ago, but you have to think positive, and you know what you need to do to make it better. And like this year, I don't have to put Christmas on a credit card, and never have again. And I never will ever again. Like, am I completely debt free? No. Do I spend my money all the time wisely? No, but I'm in a way better place than I was, like friendship wise, money wise, everything wise. So if you stay consistent and work this business, I promise you can do it. I went Diamond living in Kemmer, Wyoming, where there was 30 other distributors and 2,000 people in the town. Like, you can do it. You can do it. So that's my story.
Thanks, Kelly Jo. I love it.
I'll go next. So my name's Vivian. I am originally from Chicago, Illinois, but we moved down 3 years ago to Stillwater, Oklahoma. I am married and have 2 little ones, a 3-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son. I've been a stay-at-home mom I was a stay-at-home mom for 2 years, but I got depression, and I we were praying basically to time God was my friend Elisa, who is a wife of a coworker from my husband's job. Towards the end of August, we had them to come over to our pool, and she had triplets and had lost a whole bunch of weight. And I was like, I have the same weight from my 3-year-old pregnancy, or when I was pregnant with her. And I was like, and I haven't been able to lose it. So I was like, how did you do it? And she told me about It Works. And I was like, and she's like, do you drink coffee? And I was like, I love coffee. I live on coffee. And she's like, well, let's try the keto coffee for you first. And then if we need to add more stuff, we will. And so she kind of was like, I'll have you be my model, because I don't know much people with coffee that drink coffee. So I was like, okay, good. Drank it, lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks, and I was in love with it. And I was like, this is amazing. A month later, she asked me if I wanted to join. She said she had a prompting, and if I wanted to be in her team. And I was asked for a different company. I was asked if I wanted to be on the team too, and just didn't work out with them. So I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this again. but I had a gut feeling that I should. So I said, let's do it. And it's been awesome. I have, like I mentioned earlier, I've doubled my paycheck, and this is my second month being a distributor. And especially since we got paid early for Christmas, I'm like, yes. So I'm really looking forward to ending the month and being Ruby. I've charted, I've talked to Lisa, I've done the trainings, and it's basically just them doing the work. And like a lot of you guys said, being consistent. So I have 12 more days to the end of the month, and I'm gonna shoot for Ruby. So I'm really excited about that.
I love it. Thank you for sharing. And you have more than 12 days. We have till the 31st. So we've got more than that. So I'm super proud of you. Good job. Okay, who wants to go next?
Tanisha. I think she said she can't talk.
Talk quietly, hold on. That's me. Am I completely on right now? Hello?
Yes, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
you're good.
Wow. Okay, I have to be super quiet. But I just wanted to say, I never thought about doing this before. And Sarah contacted me when I was living in Huntington Beach in June, late June. And I was just completely fed up. I'm a professional cook. I've been cooking for 10 years, and I was working at the Hyatt, and I was just completely fed up. And she had been posting, I've been watching it, and I just kind of disregarded it. And then one day I was like, okay, like I need to at least ask what she's talking about. And I did, and it just happened to be during, it was another $20 join special. And I was like, okay, I can do that. And I signed up, and I'm really happy that I did, because like I don't know. I've been getting down recently, but I just feel like there's so much opportunity out there. I get excited, and then I get overwhelmed, and then I get freaked out, and then I'm like I like to take notes, and I'm looking at all these notes, and I just feel like it's a lot, but I feel like there's so much potential involved that it just makes me excited. And I do have big goals, like of what I want to do with It Works, and it makes me excited every day to know that I don't have to depend on someone else paying me what they think I deserve for my work, but I can work towards what I want to gain and build a future on that. So that gets me really excited, and I'm happy too. I've met a lot of cool people, and everyone's so nice. And it does get hard. Like it's been rough. I think this past like maybe 2 or 3 weeks has been really rough. I don't know if it's because it's just the holiday season or whatever, but it just seems like I just feel like I've been like kind of a rut, and I could use some inspiration as well. Sarah's been great with that. Tamika, you as well. Everyone's been very helpful. It's just, I think it's hard for me to ask for help when I need it, but luckily Sarah will text me in the morning just to say good morning, and just talking to her just gets me inspired to just, okay, let's do this. And then, just, I don't know, there's just so much that can be done that I want to do. I just feel like I need to really get more into focusing on organizing, because I think that's where I'm messing up personally, just being a little bit more organized and having like a game plan to do every day, because I get overwhelmed very easily. It seems like it can be too much. So yeah, anyway, I'm really excited about it. I can't talk very long because I have to be quiet because it's kind of late here. And I did wake up at 5 o'clock this morning. Sarah said I was a party animal or something. I'm not a party animal. I had to work at 5:30 this morning because I make vegan cheese a couple days a week with one of my friends. And so I had to do that today. I've been there all day. But I am glad I was able to make it on the call. And yeah, that's it.
I love it. And I love what you said, because you're not alone in those feelings of there's so much potential that it gets overwhelming, and then we feel like we're in a rut, and then we feel like you are not alone in those thoughts, feelings, or anything like that. So thank you for sharing. Who wants to go next?
I just want
Oh, go
I
ahead.
just want to say that Tanisha and I know each other from high school. And so we were friends on Facebook and Instagram before I even started this business. So you really never know who's looking at your posts and who's seeing things.
I'll go. I don't like to talk on these unless I have to, but I need to put my kids to bed in a minute, so I'll share really quick. This is my second time doing business. I started with Tamika in April, I think it was 2016, and I stopped really fast because I was afraid of what everybody thought of me. But I still wanted to do the business, so I thought about it all that time. I kept watching, and my husband has a master's degree. He's a phenomenal teacher. He works all day long, constantly, all the time. And I was just tired of, I stayed at home. I've done some part-time jobs, but I didn't finish my degree because he was always in school or working, and I didn't have time with the kids. And well, I guess I could have had time. That's an excuse. But now I know it's an excuse. But anyways, I was just tired of still living paycheck to paycheck. We just kind of felt like eventually this will pay off. Eventually this is going to work, and we'll get to where we want to be in life. And it just wasn't happening. And we were just so tired of it. And I just felt like the normal way of doing things. She's not on there right now. I don't know. Sorry, my kids are texting me. I felt like the normal way of doing things wasn't getting us the results that we wanted. And I knew a lot of people who were making good money with this, and I wanted to do it again. And so I've been in again since this last April, and I'm still not making what I wanted to, and so that's a little discouraging. But now I just had to change my mindset and do it for myself, and do it for my health, and do it for friendships, because if I get too discouraged, I'll quit again, and that I don't want to. So because I know this company is amazing, I know what it can do, and so I'm holding on to the faith of that. But I do love the friendships, and for me, a huge benefit of it has just been mindset change, with learning from people who I think have had financial success in this business, and just how they think and how they go about their day, and how just crazy productive they are. Like I always tell Tamika, I have no idea how you do everything you do. Just they're just so focused. They just know what they want, and they're being very intentional every day to get there. And I realized that a lot of my life, especially these past few years, I was just very unfocused. I didn't have the direction. I didn't have any direction that I was shooting for. I was just at home with my kids, and my husband was working, and I was like, what am I doing? I need to work. I need to go back to school. I need to, to do something more. I've also had depression, from being just stay-at-home mom, which I shouldn't say it that way, but stay at home is awesome, but it's caused me to be depressed at times. And so I needed something else for me, and it was too hard for my husband and my kids for me to be working outside the home. So I started this again.
I love it. And thank you for being vulnerable and sharing your ups and your downs, because there definitely are. But like you said, I think that the biggest thing that can come from this business is just your mindset shift. Like starting to think how successful people think. And it's hard, and it's not easy every single day, but I'm super proud of you, Mandy. Okay, who wants to go next?
Okay, so I'm really new at this and really shy, and I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. But I'm Jule. I'm a 31-year-old mom. I have 3 kids, and I work a full-time job. I was working 2 full-time jobs, but I quit to do this more. Brooke got me going on this, and I am so thankful that she did. I just last week signed 2 distributors and got 1 distributor, her 2 customers, and I'm super excited about that. Not sure what else to say. I'm still, like I said, I'm still really new at this, but I just wanted to share.
Thank you. And I love, because it's so outside of a lot of you guys' comfort zone just to unmute yourself and talk in front of a group. So I'm super proud of you, Jule, and I can't wait to see you this weekend. Okay, who wants to
I know, I'm so excited to see you guys too.
Yay. All right, you guys, we're going to go for maybe like 5 or 10 more minutes, and then we're going to wrap it up. So if you haven't gone and you want to go, make sure you unmute.
Can you guys hear me? Okay, so I was gonna wait until my husband comes back, but I don't know what he's doing. But I'm Brooke. I'm from Idaho. I started in October. Mandy and I did another business together, and I failed miserably. I put so much money into that business that I never recovered, and I was never ever going to do direct marketing again. I just couldn't. I didn't think I could do it. Um, oh, bless you. Mandy reached out to me and asked me to join, and I wasn't gonna do it. I told her I didn't have the money. I have 4 kids. My husband has a medical condition, and he cannot work. He can't even talk. So I'm the only one that works. I'm a pharmacy tech, and I just didn't have time. I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the money. I couldn't do it. So she offered to pay for my kit and trade for one of my husband's paintings because he's a spray paint artist. And I was like, well, I guess I can give it a try. I'll go for it. It's paying for my kit, so I'm not putting money into it, and I'm not worried about not recovering. She helped me get my first customers and hit my shopping spree, and that was a motivation to do it on my own. I still kind of struggle getting in consistency because I work 13-hour days and I just don't have time sometimes. But I try my hardest, and I've made the bonuses, and I've hit fast starts, and I've helped Jule out, and I'm so proud of her for reaching out of her comfort zone and hitting milestones too. But I'm excited to see where I'm gonna go. I've definitely made more than I put back into this business, and I really enjoy the products too. And hopefully one day I can cut back to part-time instead of full-time, because it's just long, drawn out days, and I have family that need me, and I need the time with them.
So Brooke's husband is also a distributor, and she's charted for Ruby, and she is doing phenomenal, even though she works all the time. So I'm super proud of you, Brooke, and thanks for sharing. Who wants to go next?
So I'll go. So my name is Brandi, and I watched Tamika when she did her first vendor event in Mountain View, and I was there doing Nerium, which is another at-home business, and I've watched her for the last 4 years, and I got a wrap from Kelly Joe and tried it, and I used all the products, so I was a customer first, and and they had, I don't know, in June they had something going, and I was just watching and waiting, and my husband's like, don't do another one of those businesses, and I was like, oh, but there's so much potential, because I like the way that Tamika works her business. So I've done 5 businesses, and the reason that I signed up is so that I could work on her team. That's the reason I signed up, because I know what it takes to build a business. I know what it takes for leaders to stand out and do what they say they want you to do. And so for me, Tamika going and doing above and beyond was the kicker for me. And I signed up under Kelly Joe, and I had no idea that I was signing up under Kelly Joe, which she doesn't know this. And I don't regret it, because she's an amazing leader too, and they just are the bomb when they when they want to help you, they help you, and they know how to work the business. They know how to get you where you need to go. They know. So for me, it was beneficial to sign up because I knew that I was going to be working with somebody who could help me grow and get me to where I needed to go, because they knew how to lead. I needed a leader. I didn't have a leader in those 5 different businesses. So that's been awesome for me. And I've been a stay-at-home mom for 10 years. And so to get a paycheck is like amazing. I haven't ever gotten a paycheck. I think I out of 5 businesses made like, I did Michi for a while, and so like the most I made was like $800 because I went and did huge vendor events. But there was no residual income. In this business, there's residual income, and the products really do work. And I love the fact that we're in a health and wellness business to help others with their, and I've learned so much too. And I love that they have a keto program. I just wrote a paper in school about keto, and so now I can consult with our products and explain to people how keto works because of what I've learned while doing my education too. So anyways, I have 4 kids, and one of them is special needs, so I'll always be a stay-at-home mom, and this works for me.
I love it, Brandi. Thanks for sharing. And Brandi went Ruby last month and got that bonus. Okay, let's do one more, and then we're gonna hop off. So who wants to be our last one?
I'll go. So I had Tamika message me quite a while ago, I think, about the business, and I was just totally blew it off. I was like, no, don't want to do this. So some time went by, and she like 2 months ago messaged me, and it was just to host a post for her. Okay. And it was for the $20 coupon codes. And I was like, what? It's usually $100. And I was like, okay, so tell me more about this, you know? So she told me a little bit about it, and I was like, okay, well, let me think about it. So I just kind of I did, but I didn't think about it, just kind of blew it off again. And she messaged me again, and she's like, dude, your post that you made for me is freaking blowing up. Like, go look at it. So I go look at it, and I'm like, wow, I didn't realize this many people would be interested in something like that. So I decided to take the leap and join, because I was like, you know what, it's $20. You know, it's just $20. I spend $20 on like food. So anyways, I took the leap, and I'm so happy I did. I guess I should have started off with where I'm from. I'm from Roosevelt, Utah. It's a really, really small town. I am married, and I have a 1-year-old. I've been a stay-at-home mommy now for a little bit over a year. So this business has already helped me so much. Like, even just paying for Christmas, like, I've already made back way more than that $20. So I'm glad that I put my skepticism aside and decided to take the leap. So that's about it.
I love it. All right, you guys, thank you everyone for sharing. And, you know, a couple common themes is a lot of us, we're customers first. And so take really good care of your customers, okay? If they have an issue, provide good customer service to them. Follow up with them and invite them to do it with you when they love the products. The other 2 things is don't quit on people when they tell you no. If I would have quit on the people that told me no, lots of you would not be here right now, and you wouldn't have big teams underneath you, and you wouldn't have helped customers. And so don't quit on people when they tell you no, especially when you have that feeling. And then the third thing is just consistency. Like, so many people have shared that, and like consistency, and like stand for what you believe in, do what you said you're going to do. Work hard, because people are watching. You don't know how long they're going to watch you for. Some people a month, some people a year, some people 3, 4, 5 years. They're watching you. And when times get tough is when you need to keep pushing through, because that's when you're going to have your harvest if you continue to work and be positive and stay close to the fire. Being on the team calls, you guys, and being a part of that team page and looking for the good in life and the good in situations, it's what is going to pull you through those hard times in your own personal life. And so I'm so grateful for you guys, and I'm grateful for everyone that shared, and I'm excited to do this again another time. So we're going to go ahead and call that good for tonight. I'll get this recording posted, and I'll let you know where it's at in case if you want to share it with your teams. I think that you guys had so much valuable information to share, and it's just nice to connect in a different way. So I appreciate you guys. I'll be on the Power Half Hour in the morning, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. The Zoom code's in the packed document. So I hope to see you guys on, and keep pushing all the way through to the end of the year, because how you end this year is how you are going to start 2019, and they are going to launch some really amazing stuff at the end of this month, and you don't want to miss it. So have a good night.